The Golden State Warriors know what they have in star point guard Steph Curry, and they are slowly realizing what they have in this potential backup, Gary Payton II. There is he not only making every challenge with the Warriors, but doing so with a smoothness that is utterly stunning. So join us to see Gary Payton II, the dramatic rise of a Warriors guard. Life before the NBA. The 29-year-old Gary Payton II was born in Seattle, Washington on December 1, 1992. He played 2 seasons at Salt Lake Community College, helping the squad win the Region 18 championship and outright SWAC title in 2013 as a freshman. As a sophomore, Payton II averaged 14.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 1.9 steals per game, earning him second-team NJCAA Division I All-American and was voted 2014 Region 18 Co-Player of the Year and Region 18 Tournament Most Valuable Player. After his sophomore season, however, he transferred to his father's alma mater, Oregon State. As a Beaver, Payton II made the record books as the second Oregon State player to record a triple-double in a game, as he dropped 10 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists on Grambling State. The only other Beaver to record a triple-double in a game? Gary Payton Sr. Just like his famous father, Payton II earned a reputation as a tenacious defender. In 2015, Pac-12 coaches voted Payton to the All-Pac-12 First Team, All-Pac-12 Defensive Team, and named him the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. After 2 seasons with Oregon State, Payton II decided to enter the 2016 NBA Draft. NBA career. Payton II went undrafted in 2016, and his journey to the NBA hit a bump in the road. He joined the Rockets Summer League and appeared in 6 games before being waived. Not long after, he signed with the Rockets' G League affiliate, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Not long into his stint in the G League, he dropped 51 points on the Los Angeles Defenders, showing the first signs of his explosiveness. In April of 2017, he signed with the Milwaukee Bucks, another one of his father's former teams, and made his first appearance that night. He was waived by the Bucks at the end of preseason 2017-2018, but was given a 2-way contract by the club a few days later to appear with the Wisconsin Herd in the G League. However, in December of that year, he was once again waived by the Bucks. Payton II would bounce between the NBA and G League for a few years, having stints with the Los Angeles Lakers, another 2 stints with the Rio Grande, 2 with the Washington Wizards, the South Bay Lakers, and the 905 Raptors. In April of 2021, he signed a 10-day contract with the Golden State Warriors, then another 1-day when the first one was up. The Warriors then signed him for the rest of the season and the following before waiving and re-signing him yet again in October. He's hard to define, so the things that he does on the court have to be pretty special, and he's carved out this niche that works for him and is extremely helpful to a team, Golden State assistant coach Ron Adams said. As a publication, Payton led the Warriors Summer League team in rebounds 7.0 and steals 2.3 per game. He added 11.3 points on 73.7% shooting from the field and 3.7 assists in his first 3 games. Usually the Summer League is an opportunity for rookies to show off their skills. However, Payton has been among those going viral for clutch plays and high-octane dunks in Las Vegas. Payton's defensive skills, both near the glass and when it comes to stealing the ball, make him an interesting player to keep near the end of the bench. Maybe Payton is exactly what the Warriors need. He could be an 11th or 12th man who comes into games solely when Kerr needs a stopper, not a shooter, who can rotate in at shooting guard or small forward. Clutch defensive stops mattered as much as Curry's scoring prowess when the Warriors won 3 titles in the 2010s. Payton's role with the Warriors team appears every bit as complicated even after getting the last roster spot. But his defensive playmaking and surprising off-ball skills are making him an invaluable reserve for the Dubs. Golden State outscored its last 3 opponents by 68 points with Payton on the floor, which is the highest plus-minus of any Warriors player during that span. He averaged 13.7 points, 4.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 2.7 steals in the last 3 games, despite playing just over 18 minutes per contest. Those numbers equate to about 27.4 points, 9.4 rebounds, 5.4 assists, and 5.4 steals per 36 minutes, which is pretty amazing, right? Payton is much more than a human highlight reel, however. He has been superb on the defensive end, applying pressure to ball handlers constantly. He has the same quick hands as his father, and his motor allows him to harass opponents the entire time that he is on the floor. His energy is not limited to the defensive end. While Payton's slam dunk plays will garner all of the attention, his willingness to move without the ball throughout an entire possession is something that has made him a valuable asset to the offense. In the 2021-2022 season, Payton maintained a relentless mindset, knowing this could all be taken away at any second. He'd put up hundreds of shots after each practice and shoot around. He worked with Warriors assistants coach Jama Malalela, especially on his corner threes. Payton's diligence in perfecting his shot caught the eye of one of the greatest shooters to ever walk the earth. I've seen Gary working on his shot every day since he came here. His athleticism is insane, and he's going to be in this league for a long time and be a great player, especially if he is knocking down threes consistently, Klay Thompson said. Outside of spotting up in the corner, the Warriors used him similarly to how Raptors 905 and some others before have employed him. Set screens, slash to the rim, and play in the dunker's spot. Payton II doesn't fit the mold of a point guard or really of any position. He is tough for guys to guard, because if you're used to guarding someone that size, you are on the perimeter. You are guarding pick and roll, that kind of stuff. With Gary, you are having to block him out. You are having to treat him like a big guy. And guards just aren't doing that, Steve Kerr said. Asked about the decision, Kerr responded in earnest that getting GP2 more minutes is a priority for the Warriors, at least in the short term. A little more defensive versatility and gets Gary on the floor more, Kerr continued. I think getting him more minutes right now is important. I think you could see his impact the other night. So starting him allows us to give him an extra rotation at the beginning of the game, which bumps him closer to 20 minutes, give or take a few. That'll probably continue, but who knows? We'll see. He is just an electric athlete. It's hard to stand out on an NBA floor athletically because all these guys are the world's greatest athletes, and he just jumps off the page, Kerr explained. At age 29, he appears to have found a home. Kerr was asked if Payton, who in the early games played mostly spot minutes based on matchups, can expect regular minutes. He's the energizer for a team that has won 6 of its first 7 games. Things have fallen into place for him and for us, Kerr said. He has more than earned his place on the team. He's got to be out there more often. We've got to give him more of an opportunity to play. Home with the Golden State Warriors. After years, Gary Payton II has truly found a home with the Golden State Warriors. He has shown that he belongs to the NBA with his speed, toughness, and athleticism. He has provided some jaw-dropping highlights in his breakout season for the Warriors, and when asked who would win in a Warriors-only throwdown affair, Payton had a pretty clear answer. I'm giving it to Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, fresh legs. He's springy. He gets high enough, he can do a lot of movements in the air. It's just on if Jonathan wants to bring them out. While the 19-year-old rookie definitely has hops, he hasn't shown much yet during games, but he's been balling out recently, so perhaps it's just a matter of time until Kuminga makes more rim-rattling jams. So what do you think about Gary Payton II? Let us know in the comments.